Can you all literally stop?
Shut the fuck up. Kill yourself. The fuck. Please kill yourself. The fuck.
Sashley is a popular animator with 600,000 subscribers. And because she's so popular, a lot of people have their eyes on her. So when she does anything the public deems an oopsie, it'll blow up as the next hottest topic to rant about because her name will bring in the views. And that's exactly what's happening now. Sashley has done an oopsie that the public has deemed terrible and is being cancelled left and right for it. And anyone who is defending her is a simping clown. Can you all calm the fuck down? Take a chill pill the size of Everest and take a step back to look at what's happening. You need to all stop going into creative mode and grabbing the Sashley Drama spawn egg because this is getting fucking ridiculous. At this point, there's just a whole ass Sashley dungeon with a Sashley Drama spawner inside. And the moment someone stumbles across it while mining through the animation meme community, Sashley Drama spawns. Do I sound mad? Yes? Well, that's because I am mad. I'm fucking angry at the fact that this happens every few months for literally no reason. As Ash's friend, it's hard to see her get so stressed out because she's breathed the wrong way and suddenly the entire community is on her ass. Before I implode and turn into a pile of goop unable to formulate sentences anymore, let's explore the situation we now find ourselves in. All this started when Tiff made a community post about the fact that Sashley seemed to have traced the hand position of one of her pictures, and was taking heavy inspiration from her. I'm sorry to say, but Sashley did not trace this hand. Let's take a look at a similar situation where another YouTuber by the name of Cutie Pun Pun was also accused of tracing a hand. As you can see, the traced hand lines up perfectly with the original image. This is what tracing looks like, and for some reason everyone seems to have forgotten. Now, let's return to the overlay on Tiff and Sashley's image. The thumb and fingers are in completely different places. The angle of the hand is also not the same, not to mention where the wrist begins is also not in the same place. And the arm doesn't even line up. People are saying this is traced because it's hard to see the overlay properly when Tiff's hand is so dark. But when moving the opacity up and down slowly, you can clearly see that this is not traced. So yeah, Sashley never traced Tiff to begin with. Since she did reference her, however, she should credit her. People are claiming that after this exchange between Tiff and Sashley blocked Tiff, which... no. Tiff never even stated this herself on the community post, so I don't understand where this claim is coming from. I went and asked Sashley herself about this, and she said no, she never blocked Tiff. The only place she thought this might have occurred would be on Instagram, and it was the other way around, with Tiff blocking her. I asked for a screenshot of her blocked accounts on Instagram, and as you can see, none of these are Tiff. Interestingly enough though, Tiff claims to have tried to contact Sashley multiple times. Sashley herself has stated that's not the case, besides that one DeviantArt comment Tiff left. Tiff has not provided any proof that she's tried to reach out on Sashley on any other occasion, before or after her comment on DeviantArt. Whether Tiff tried to contact Sashley or if Sashley ignored Tiff is left unsolved until more evidence comes to light. Then comes the OC theft claims for Tiff. The other claims that Sashley stole their OC or copied their art will have a separate section in the video. These claims usually surround Izzy, which resembles this character made by Tiff on September 22nd, 2019. Izzy made her first appearance in the close-up meme on January 11th, 2020. So the time difference there definitely leans towards Ash taking inspiration from Tiff. Now, inspiration isn't that big of a deal. If we look at the two characters, other than their hair and stockings, there really isn't anything else that looks similar. And no, there's no such thing as color palette theft. Tiff does not own the blue, black, and pink color scheme. And even then, the blue and pink are completely different shades. Something else I'd like to bring up is how people are mad that Sashley didn't credit Tiff for being inspired by her characters/art style. When you are inspired by a character, and you want to take elements of that character and apply them to your own, usually you would credit the source of the inspiration when you first draw the character. Now, this is where Sashley does fall flat, since there is no mention of Tiff's character in the description on her close-up meme, so I'd recommend giving credit there. You do not, however, credit the inspiration for your character every single time you use them. I don't know why people expect Sashley to do this. I've never heard of this happening anywhere but in this situation, which makes it feel like people are nitpicking Sashley. But like, people are seriously trying to say that because Sashley's character has wings, she's copying Tiff. As if this is the first time Sashley's given her character wings, or Tiff is the first person to have ever put wings on an animal other than a bird. There are some claims that are really stupid when it comes to Sashley referencing Tiff's art. Like this one, where the only thing the characters have in common is the facial expression and the fact that there's an arm in the air. The poses are facing completely different directions. How did you even make this connection? Are you seriously looking for the smallest coincidences to point your fingers and say, yes, this is the proof she's stealing a pose? Pose theft doesn't exist. You can't steal a pose. There is a finite amount of ways the body can move. There will always be poses that look similar, if not exactly the same. You can't claim a pose. And even if you did, there's bound to have been a person who's already done that pose before you, so this point is complete and utter nonsense. Like this one part in the video named Sashley Trace/copy/plagiarism characters art style new version. They literally show Sashley's character smiling slightly and looking to the side, and then an image of Tiff's character facing the same way with a monotone expression. How is this even evidence for inspiration? This is so fucking... Ugh! Do you see how ridiculous this is? Sashley drew her character facing the same way as Tiff. She's stealing from Tiff. Oh my god! Another thing people are mad about is the fact that Sashley's art style looks too similar to Tiff's. Now, I'm gonna need you all to lean in real close and be real quiet because I'm about to say something very important that no one knows. Art style theft doesn't exist. I can't believe we're doing this. Again. This is like the Sashley Susan drama, but with Tiff instead of Susan. I can't believe none of you learned anything from last time. You can't steal an art style. I cannot believe this is an actual accusation we're towing around as a big deal. This is beyond stupid. An art style, as defined by Google, is the manner in which the artist portrays his or her subject matter and how the artist expresses his or her vision. You can't steal an art style. And like, they don't even look that similar. It's just this stupid cheek fluff. People are getting mad that Sashley drew her eyebrows as dots, as if Tiff is the only person in the world to have ever thought of this idea. Yeah, she might have been inspired by Tiff to do dot eyebrows, but she could have also just as easily been inspired by literally anyone else who has drawn dot eyebrows. People are raging about this stupid blue highlight for the eyes that Ash used. Tiff didn't invent this, and to insinuate that this is original to her and her alone is fucking ridiculous. By this logic, anyone with an anime art style is stealing insert anime's art style. Or fan art of a show that looks like the show is stealing the show's art style. Yeah, you don't see people complaining about that, do you? God, this point is so dumb. Now, I understand the outrage over the fact that Tiff has said she's not comfortable with Sashley being inspired by her art style. Since that's the case, Sashley should move away from Tiff's art style. But since this was, to our knowledge, been made clear to Sashley a week ago at the time of recording, we need to give her time to develop a new style. Stop attacking her over this. And finally, the stealing backgrounds claim. What? How do you steal a background? You can't own a way to move backgrounds. By this logic, so many people are all stealing backgrounds from each other in memes, like the laboratory meme, where the backgrounds all look really similar, if not the same. Reese's Doodles actually made a really good point in her video about the whole background stealing, and I suggest you check it out. She pointed out that the whole sliding text thing does not belong to Tiff, and the first time Sashley used it in her touch-tone telephone meme, it was much bolder and in your face compared to Tiff's softer background text. And are you trying to tell me that putting a hard-to-separate text is now owned by Tiff? Is no one allowed to do this except for Tiff now? And also the whole gradient background thing is also owned by Tiff? Fuck, I guess no one else in the world is ever allowed to use a checkered gradient background ever again. The background thing makes me the angriest because it shows just how nitpicky these people are getting, desperately grasping at anything Sashley has ever made that even sort of resembles Tiff. And it's just... oh god, it's stupid. It's so stupid. Some of this evidence for Sashley copying Tiff's background comes not only from her videos, but from her commissions, which... do you not know what a commission is? A commission is a piece of art you're paid to draw for someone. Usually the person paying has full control of what the art looks like. What I mean is, how could you even know that this text here was Sashley's idea? It could very well have been from the person commissioning her. And like, are you telling me that I can't have hiragana positioned vertically, even though that's how it's normally placed because it's Japanese? I can't believe the words coming out of my mouth right now. Conclusion for this section. Sashley should move away from Tiff's art style, since it's been made clear she doesn't like her art being referenced. Sashley did not trace Tiff. Art style, pose, and color palette theft doesn't exist, and if you tried to say that someone is committing background theft, you'd have to arrest half its community. Now there's a claim going around that Sashley copied her original meme, Touch-Tone Telephone, and I don't think this is the case. The Touch-Tone Telephone song currently has 500,000 views on YouTube. It's possible that Sashley stumbled across this song, liked it, and decided to make it into a meme. Looking at these videos side by side, there really isn't a lot of similarities, if any at all. And on top of that, there isn't even proof Sashley even saw this video at all. Sashley is a big YouTuber. And because she's a big YouTuber, she has a lot of shit to do. I'm saying this because even as a small channel, I constantly find myself swamped in work, so I'd imagine it's 100 times worse with a channel her size. No one even has proof that Sashley ever saw this video before making her meme, or has even interacted with this channel before. The animation meme community is a big place with a lot of people. It's really easy not to notice someone even if they have over 100,000 subscribers. Being successful on YouTube and being well known are two completely different things. Just because you're one does not mean you are the other. So, do I think she ripped off this video? No, I don't. Unless someone comes to me with hard evidence that Sashley directly interacted with this channel around the time they made that video, I will not believe that she intentionally stole this idea from this creator, even if that sounds harsh.
There is no excuse for my behavior. I lied, okay? I made this shit up.
Well, there you have it. This entire situation was fake, and I'm so angry that anyone took this seriously. In the screenshots shown, the date that Sashley posted her picture was March 8th, and the date Pastel Guts posted her picture was March 10th. How did this slip by everyone? Seriously, how? Were you also eager to villainize Sashley that you conveniently overlooked this huge contradiction? So if the head of Noodles lines up with the fan art, that means Pastel Guts traced Sashley instead of the other way around. Personally, I don't think Pastel Guts traced Sashley. I think this is just one of those cases where things just line up. I'm going to be going over part of the video by We See Everything called Sashley Trace Copy Animators Fans Part 1. There is this part in the video where they literally try to use the way that Sashley drew her leg as proof that she was inspired, when she is in a completely different place than the fan art, and the leg doesn't even look the same. And then for some reason they also show part of the Sashley Drama wiki, which has nothing to do with the situation, and something I've already debunked in my last Sashley Drama video, which will be linked, and has also been debunked by Ponder Sprocket's video, which will also be linked. They also show a bunch of old screenshots from last September, which again have been debunked in mine and Ponder Sprocket's videos. I don't know why they're bringing this old drama up again, just to add to the long list of terrible, horrible things Sashley has done. With this said, don't go attacking Pastel Guts. She's apologized and realized her mistakes, and doesn't need any more harassment. I know how bad Sashley gets harassed, but I've also seen how equally overboard Sashley White Knights go trying to defend her. No one attack anyone, please. Oh, what's that? Did she steal Birdie's watermark when she was 11? Fuck, man, now we gotta burn her at the stake! What's that? Sashley drew her character front-facing? Grrr, I did that pose first. This is pose theft. Oh my god, Sashley copied Susan. Guys, we gotta report and spread this information as if it's not already 2 years old. I can't believe we're fucking bringing up the Sashley Susan drama again, unironically, for like the second time this year. Can you all, like, fucking stop? The drama is old and has already been resolved. Stop dangling it around as if it's something new. Like, Sashley did the Game of My Heart meme, and it looked like Susan's. Oh my god! It's almost as if they had similar art styles, and were making carbon copies of the original meme, like you do in the animation meme community. How could she? Did Susan and Sashley both draw Monica? Oh my god! Sashley stole Susan's carve-out from Monica! And oh my god, she made the hay meme and credited Susan for being inspired. Sashley's such a bad person. It's almost like she's making an animation meme or something. While we're on the topic of Susan, there's this one picture of Susan's where her character has the Hanahaki disease. And there's this picture of Sashley, as if Susan came up with the Hanahaki disease and it's not this insanely popular and well-known concept in the art community. There's also this picture of Susan's character holding a card with a smile drawn onto it, up to her face. And then it shows Sashley's character doing the same. Not only is this discounting the huge gap in time these two pictures were created, you can tell by the styles, but like, this is also a super common trope to show that you're not happy even if you say you are. Why is this proof that Sashley ripped off Susan? Fuck, I guess anyone who's ever done this is ripping off Susan. Lock me up, officer, I'm guilty. There's also this picture where it shows two characters Susan drew in a cute couple pose, followed by a commission Sashley did for someone. Let me repeat that. Followed by a commission Sashley did for someone. Do you all not know what a commission is? Do I really have to go over this again? Sashley doesn't control the positions of the characters. The person who commissioned her does. And wow, people can only pose in a finite number of poses. Pose theft isn't a thing. Blah blah blah. I feel like a broken record. I'd also like to address this screenshot, which has Sashley viciously attacking her fans in the description of one of her videos. It's fake. I've gone through every single video description on every single video Sashley has ever made, and I never found this. Like, don't you wonder why the screenshot didn't include the title of the video? You'd think such an important detail would never be left out because it allows people to go and verify the claim for themselves. Only, we don't want that. If we showed the title and people went to check, it'd be proven that Sashley never said this, and the screenshot is faked beyond belief. Now we get to the whole Sashley copied Sugar Kit thing. And this, I don't really believe. Sugar Kit is an extremely small YouTuber. And because of this, the chance that Sashley would see her art and then decide to steal it is also very small. If anything, I'd say she was inspired by Doppery. I say this because in their Electric Angel collab, you can see Sashley drew her eyes as circles, while Doppery had this kind of wavy eye thing that Sashley uses now. It's so common to take elements from a friend's art style that you like, and incorporate it into your own. Why is this a problem at all? I bet if literally anyone other than Sashley did this, it would not be a problem. But since Sashley did do it, It's all of a sudden one of the 7 deadly sins, and she must be crucified for it. With this next person, I actually don't know their name. But the accusations revolve around the heart accessory in Sashley's character's hair that matches the other person's. I can definitely see why people want to say that Sashley ripped off this person. But 1, we have no proof Sashley has ever interacted with this person, or even saw their art at all. And 2, twin tails are often a symbol of youth and innocence. Since this used to be one of Sashley's comfort characters, it makes sense that she'd give her characters twin tails. It's a really common trope. Now, if Sashley did, in fact, reference this person, I believe she should give credit where credit is due. Also, remember color palette theft? Yeah, it's almost as if people in real life have brown hair and green eyes. It's almost like this claim is entirely bullshit! And like, the comparison of Sashley's meme with other people's? Wow! Someone doing an animation meme and it looks like the original? In what world? I thought all animation memes were original. That's why they're called animation memes! Oh my god, this is stupid. There's also this piece of fan art of Izzy, where the person took the liberty of giving her little ear flesh things, and Sashley drew Izzy this way from that point onwards. Again, why is this a problem? It's so normal for people to take parts of other people's art style that they like and incorporate it into their own. That's how we learn, that's how we grow. This is literally not a problem for anyone but Sashley. And that's what this all boils down to, isn't it? Sashley is the one that did all of this normal stuff for an artist. But because it was Sashley, she needs to be called out and cancelled for it. All of you need to grow the hell up and stop hyper-focusing on every little detail of Sashley's art and making bullshit leaps across the Grand Canyon when making conclusions. I actually had to stick this one right in the middle of the script because while I was scripting, this video came out and it confused the fuck out of me. This video is centered around a person named Cherry Blossom Tree, or Primrose, as she's more commonly known. Nothing is explained. It's just a bunch of out-of-context screenshots, so I had a hard time piecing together what exactly was happening. But that was the point, wasn't it? To make this video so confusing and out of context so that when people see Sashley act in any bad way, it can be used against her because no one really knows what's going on. I had to go and talk to Sashley to try and figure out what was going on. But before we get into that, 90% of this video isn't even Sashley. It's mostly this person called Sad Noodliz and Primrose. Sad Noodliz, by the way, isn't Noodliz. Sad Noodliz is Noodliz's friend, Sean. So from this point on, we'll be referring to him as Sean, as not to get confused. Are you telling me that you're trying to hold Sashley accountable for the actions of Sashley's boyfriend's friend? What? How did you manage to convince yourself that Sashley should be punished? If Sean was the one that did something bad, shame him, not Sashley. Don't put Sashley in the title just because she was minorly involved to make it look like the situation is worse than it really is. Onto the screenshots that actually have Sashley then. The first screenshot we see of Ash is one where she's reacting with lol to Kenny's message of "come get this pussy," with Primrose's response, "I've got the best of both worlds." Primrose is claiming that Sashley and her friends are attacking her and calling her a pedo and making fun of her autism. Yes, Sashley's friends are 100% doing that, but we don't see Sashley's response to the messages that her friends sent, so we can't say that Sashley is encouraging and supporting their behavior. Next is an image of a bald person with their eyes blanked out, that Sashley sent to Susan, which... what's even happening here? Who is this person? Why is this incriminating? Susan doesn't seem to be bothered by it, so why should we be? The lack of explanation in this video really makes it hard to tell who's right and who's wrong. The next message is Sashley replying to one of Primrose's tweets, saying that if she's being a cunt, then Primrose is a mega cunt. Sashley said something mean. Is that what I'm supposed to be getting from this? Because I don't know what's happening, I can't say for sure who's right and who is wrong. Most of the video is Sashley's friends doing things instead of Sashley herself. One of the screenshots literally shows Sashley saying that Primrose calls her a cock-sucking underage whore, which I do have proof of happening. This situation was painted so that it seems Primrose was attacked and harassed mercilessly by Sashley and her friends, but Primrose herself is not completely innocent at all. Since this video did not explain anything at all, no one has any idea what's happening at any given time, and until an explanation comes out, we should be raising our pitchforks to crucify anyone. That includes Primrose. Editor's note. It's been brought to my attention that after a user by the name of Earth2Declan made a video on the situation, Grimaru decided it'd be a really funny meme to spam their Discord server with gore. Grimaru has since contacted me and said this was a mistake on their part. She claimed that she was asking to send gore instead of actively encouraging it like this screenshot shows. She and Earth2Declan have since made up, but this does not excuse her actions and clear ill intent in this screenshot. Her whole "don't attack Sashley or anyone involved" mentality seems like it was only put in her rant because it's mandatory for ranters, and not at all what she believes. If she really did believe what she said, she never would have done this in the first place, and should have been the one to tell her friends to stop, instead of the one encouraging them. I really don't get why people are so mad about Sashley being inspired by Tiff. If she was doing all of this out of spite, then I'd get that. But she seems to genuinely like Tiff's art, and is simply trying to integrate it into her own videos. If literally anyone else did this, it would not be a problem. Like, you guys are going to nitpick Sashley for all of this, but ignore the literal hundreds of channels out there that are directly taking Sashley's OC and recoloring it. I get that you're all mad because Tiff has stated that she doesn't feel comfortable with Sashley being so inspired by her like this. And again, like I've said before, since that's the case, Sashley should work on moving away from Tiff's art style. The fact that people are treating this like it's hot tea is absolutely baffling. And probably the most telling part of the situation is how they're saying that Sashley is already 14 and should know better. In no other community would a 14-year-old be considered old at all. The animation meme community is made up of so many literal children that the age of 14 is put on this pedestal as if it's so fucking old. She made a minor mistake in not crediting Tiff when she referenced her, but people have now blown this drama so out of proportion that her 3-year-old videos are now being brought up into the spotlight for more clout. And people are taking any pose that Sashley has ever done and saying that she copied so-and-so. And the fact that you all expect Sashley to be cool with this is absolute asinine. This is a kid, just trying to draw and have some fun while she makes animations. But every few months someone comes along and tries to expose her for something. This has been going on since she was 11. The fact that she hasn't flown off the hinge and told the people who started this situation off is already proof that she's more mature than everyone involved in this bullshit drama. There are people out there with nothing better to do than sit on their computer all day and monitor every single move some 14-year-old on the internet makes. And it's pathetic. Stop fucking spawning Sashley drama. She's tired of it, I'm tired of it, and the community is tired of it.